It's morning. In fact, this is not even gameplay of Infectum to begin with. I mean, I am playing the game, but it's not gonna be me fighting and everything. It's just gonna be me talking for not too long, I hope, because again, I do have stuff to do in the morning. I do have my own responsibilities to deal with. So I really want to get this over with. So basically, uh, since Roblox Kids came out, Infectum has been just dead. Nobody is like even playing the game right now. It's like just downright dead. Nothing, not a single person out, besides me is playing the game. And at first, you would think, well, it's probably just the time because you said it's early in the morning. So, and yeah, it is early in the morning, but it's also this also happens at the evening during the evening, right? So like I open up sometimes the page of the game to look, and it's like just zero players active in the game. And well, yes, that does make me sad, but that is not the point of the video. It's not to really just say that how sad I am that the game is dead. No, it's to show how fucking rigged this is, right? So, Roblox Kids, Roblox Select came out. I already talked about this last video, which was fucking 40 minutes long. Also, yeah, I'll be swearing a lot. I'm sorry, but yeah. So yeah, if you're a child or you don't really like swearing, whatever, I recommend you quitting the video. Maybe expecting some other YouTuber to make a video, a shorter version of this, because I really hope it's not long. It's not long, but okay, whatever. So, why is it rigged? I'll show you guys. It's in this. So Roblox, they released this new recommended for you uh, update quite a while ago, and as you probably watched Green Lego Cat's video, yes, it is better. It does remove most of the slop because of two things. One, playthrough rate. If the thumbnail is like too fucking childish and it gets shown to a bunch of teenagers, they already know it's slop. So the playthrough rate is going to be very bad. And well, it's not just that. There are other things that get affected by this change. That's what I see being. That's what I understand being the only one, or not really the only one, but what I understand being the effect. Okay, moving on. This first play bounce rate is again a great thing to filter out slop, because you have people that join the game and are like, okay, oh, this looks like a good game, instead of having the game be advertised as, slop. It actually has good thumbnails or icons, and then they hop into the game. The first thing they see is a fucking Game Pass or a million of them, which would be, the more accurate version, but they just hop out. Like, they just don't even stay for a minute. They just leave. So, and why is this thing actually bad for Infectum? That's the thing. It's not. It's not. It's actually very fucking good. Because when you look at the rest, which are not new, it's things that have been in the system for a very long time, you have playtime per user. Dude, Infectum has an average playtime now that I checked of 20 minutes per player, an average. That is a lot of time. That is a lot of time. So it would be very good in that scenario, right? Play days per user, basically the number of days, unique days users engage with your game. I think it could be also interpreted as like people returning to your game after a couple days or something. Not necessarily people returning every day to your game to collect some sort of reward, daily reward in this scenario, which I think again, unique days. So if it's like repeated, then it doesn't count. So that would be bad. So you get what I mean, right? I don't think it would be good for Infectum because the game, even though it is very good in the sense that it has a lot of playtime, it doesn't really have that thing to incentivize people to return to the game, right? And again, I just fucking refuse to add any sort of system that like, oh, daily rewards, return tomorrow to get your extra blood or free gun. Like, fuck you if you actually think these are no. Yeah, some people just need to add these things because it's the only way you can really get players in Roblox. But I refuse, right? I'm not gonna lash out at people that do this because they have to, not because they want to, right? Basically, most developers that aren't slop that add these things, right? But okay, moving on. Intentional co-play days per user. That's good. It basically just means, from what I read here, uh, how good is your game at bringing someone and their friends together to play, right? Or how good is your game at just playing with friends in general, right? And that's something Infectum does have. I've seen a lot of people complain and ask, like, "Oh, how do you play with friends?" Which is why I remade the whole, again, swear word incoming, whole fucking menu of the game just to get a better what is it, a better communication on how it works and everything. But also just because it looked outdated. That is one of the reasons, but it's not the main one. You get what I mean? So all right. Yeah, I think Infectum is actually very good in this metric. Not very good because again, it also depends on there being a lot of people to play the game, and I actually like want to get their friends to play together. But I think it is actually very good. I think it's a good metric because again, the game does have multiplayer for a reason, and it is a lot more fun to play with friends than alone, at least in my experience, right? So, qualified play sessions per user. Average number of qualified play sessions includes. I actually don't get this one. Refers to a user's meaningful play. Hey, okay. So, like, if a person finds the game, opens up the page, is interested, plays, and like has a good session, that is a qualified play session. So if your game has a lot of people finding it, playing, and actually enjoying, or just playing for a long time, which I suppose is what they use for this. I'm sorry. I suppose that playtime is what they use for this. So, like, if you find the game the in your home recommendations thing, and then you go play the game for a long time, enjoy the game, that does count as a qualified play session. So yeah, if you have a lot of people, new users especially, finding the game and coming to play, that is a very good thing for your recommendations, right? The game does get recommended more often. Spend days per user. This is what really fucks me up because right, I understand that people are not going to spend money on a bad game. I understand that, but it's also very fucking contradictory because you want to push out slop. Like, you don't want slop fucking grow a garden or steal a brain rot to stay on the platform and be as big as they were because they're dead now. But you still keep these two metrics, which is spend days per user, the average number of unique days users spend Robux in your game. Basically, if you spend Robux on a Monday or on a Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever, that counts as a plus for this metric, and the game gets more recommendations, gets more impressions, whatever, just because the players are spending more money. And that is the same thing for the last one. Robux spent per user, the average amount of Robux users spend in your game. Again, if you have a shit ton of game passes, if you have a shit ton of loot boxes in your game, it's going to get a lot of Robux spent per user. It's going to get, not because everyone is spending Robux constantly. Again, most Roblox, Jesus Christ, most Roblox users don't even have Robux to begin with. They're, again, poor, and I'm not making fun of them because I used to be one of them. In fact, I never actually bought Robux in my entire career or time in this platform. Never have I spent a cent in money, right? In money? No, in Robux. Never have I done that. It's all just from me saving from the games I made and everything. But okay, I'll get into this later, right? and why it's actually rigged. So you see, these recommendation changes, they're good, right? They're good because again, first play bounce rate. If a game is slop and someone thinks it's actually good, they're just gonna hop off, right? And play through rate. It's actually good because again, if you see a slop thumbnail, you're not gonna click. That's just again, I think that's how many people think or how it works. I don't know. I mean, personally, I don't really play slop games. Just okay. I'm losing the track here, right? So moving on, and why it's actually rigged, right? So you would think, well, if the recommendation system would actually benefit Infectum, then why is the game still dead? Well, I think the answer is actually pretty clear. The game is locked to 16 plus users. And while yes, I have said that I refuse to verify my ID, even if I wanted to, the game is not illegible. And here is where it actually becomes rigged, right? You can either pay 100,000 Robux to have your game be sent to Roblox Kids and Select without needing to have highly engaged players or actually going through the verification. Again, I'm not really sure if this is the case. I read the actual dev forum post a while ago, so I don't really remember well. I should actually read it before making a video like this, but at last, just take my words with a grain of salt here. You could still have to go through the verification system, even if you pay 100k Robux, which I think is actually the case. But again, I don't know. It could just be all just fucking Roblox greedy. I don't even know at this point. So, and this is where it actually gets rigged. The game needs 500 active, highly engaged players, right? And because of this new update, as I mentioned, Infectum is dead. Even though most players of the game are more mature. Even though most players of the game are 16 plus, I would say. Now, I do have the metric here for the audience. Yes. Where's the communication? No. Monitoring? No, that's not it. I'm fucking blind. It's up here. Oh. Someone joined the game? Well, that's interesting. Moving on. So, yeah, demographics. I think most of the players in the game are either under 13. Oh, okay. Now this is for nowadays. Right? Under 13 isn't even an age thing here. Like, it's not even in the metric. Let's look in the last year, right? 18 plus. Okay, look at this. For 18 plus, then 13 to 17, then 9 to 12. So basically, 13 to 17, at least like 90% of this demographic cannot fucking play the game. 100% of this can't, and 100% of this can't. Now, yes, 18 plus, they can, and that's why I think it's actually not, it wouldn't be so bad, right? I thought, oh, the game is just gonna still keep like 5 concurrent users, whatever. But it's not gonna be like just complete dead, right? But it is. So where the fuck is this reach? So, and this is where it actually gets fucked up because the game is dead, but most of the audience is 18 plus or 16 plus. So in theory, they would be able to play the game. And well, that is true. But I have two theories, right? In this, again, right now, as I'm making this video, I'm running an ad campaign for Infectum. I invested 10,000 Robux into that practically for a week, and the game is still dead, which fucking sucks. But most specifically, it just cannot reach players. It just can't. And again, I know I said I would show why it's rigged, but bear with me for a second. Okay, so basically, you need 500 concurrent users. No, 500 highly active players in the game, not all time, right? You can have 500 fans of the game in total that really play the game a lot, and that would count. So like the game could have 5 concurrent users at all time, but it would have 500 highly engaged players. And this is where it really hits me, right? Because the game just does not get recommended. It just doesn't. For, again, 2 reasons. One, the game is just dead, right? And when someone finds the game, it is more likely that they find the game and then leave because they don't really like the genre, or they don't even, don't really enjoy the game for whatever reason. Which again, it's okay. You have your taste. I don't really mind it. But if the game gets recommended to a bunch of anime fans, no, that is actually the worst possible example. If the game gets recommended to a bunch of war game fans, they're not going to enjoy the game because that's not their what is it called? It's not for their taste or whatever. You get what I mean? They're going to join the game, play for a bit, and then leave, which then puts this higher up. Playthrough rate, again, if someone like that doesn't really enjoy Ultra Kill but plays FPS games, sees the game, they're not gonna get playthrough rate. Or what the fuck am I saying? They're not gonna play the game. They're not even gonna check out because they know it's an Ultra Kill based game or inspired whatever. And they say, dude, I don't really like these games. I don't really. And again, I'm saying this because I do this. Like, not necessarily to Ultra Kill games, but just to other genres in general. When I see them and I don't really enjoy it, I don't want to. Which is why branding in a Roblox game is so important, right? If you really want to attract a specific audience, you really need to nail it because, well, for everyone else, it could just be bad playthrough rate. It's just gonna tank that shit. And yes, in fact, Doom does not have a single game pass that affects the gameplay or gives an advantage, which means people are actively spending 0 Robux on the game. And this is actually a metric I can show. I just need to, here, overview, shop, pricing, subscriptions. Yeah, look at this. Hourly Robux spent, 0. Robux resources, 30 passes, which again, only donation passes. And this is in the span of June 1st to June 27th, which is a long time. Again, average Robux over the period of the last 28 days, 30. No, 1, but the total is 30, which again, thanks to whoever spent this, but again, it's just complete down as shit. Like, these metrics are just bullshit because of a choice I made. Right? I decided to not put many game passes in the game because, again, I think that the game shouldn't really be based around the person spending money to get shit, spending Robux to get more or better shit. So the recommendations for the game is fucked because not a lot of people spend money or spend Robux in the game. The game, when it does get recommended, it either gets recommended to people who would enjoy the game but just don't really want to click, or they don't really click, or they get recommended to someone else that doesn't even like the genre of the game and just doesn't want to click too. Again, this isn't just for Infectum, this is for all games, right? And if someone plays the game and doesn't like it or rage quits, the first play bounce rate is just complete out of the, just completely explodes, right? I think the video is getting too long, but you get what I mean. The game does not get recommended, and it needs 500 active players. 500 highly engaged players. Dude, why is it so confusing to me? But you get what I mean. You need at least 500 people who highly like your game and play from time to time, basically. Actual fans, right? And because the game doesn't get recommended, because the game doesn't really fit, it's actually very niche and everything, it just does not get recommended. So the game is dead. But for the game to go to a broader audience and get more players, it needs more players to go to Roblox Select. And not just that, I need to pay the 1,000 Robux fee and verify my ID, which again I want, or well, I didn't want to. Not that I verified, but I really started questioning because dude, the game is just fucking dead. Like, I really am questioning whether I should prioritize the game or the safety of myself. Because again, if my ID does get leaked online, I could be charged for something someone else did with my ID, right? Because that is something, by the way, that is something that can happen. So it just again, it's complete bullshit in my eyes. You need 500 players to get players, but if you don't have players, you can get players. Like that is just again, it's just complete bullshit to me. Oh, but like, dude, you can get players by other means. Yeah, you can. Actually, one of the last project I made, not like side project, actual main game that I was working on, which was Unknown Crusade. I was really, anxious because the game was. I really liked working on it, but I wanted people to play the game and really have fun. And the game was just dead. So I started reaching out to some YouTubers to make videos on the game, and one of them was actually Vibe Roblox. Now I'm not sure if that is still his name. Actually, I think it's not. So if you can't find him, bear with me. But he made a video on the game. He played. He liked it, and that was not UCR. That was the original game. And yeah, he made a video, played the game, everything. The game got like 1,000 concurrent players, and then died. So it got a shit ton of players, but almost none of them stayed. Well, it could be because the game was just shit. Like it wasn't as good or as fun as Infectum is, but it also was because it just again it's very risky to do something like this, right? You could ask for a YouTuber to make a video on your game so you can get 500 concurrent users, highly active, engaged, Jesus Christ, highly engaged players. So you can tell a YouTuber to make a video on your game to get this boost on player counts, and then get the game into Roblox Select, right? That's one of the ways to do it. But that relies on the fact that the YouTuber plays the game, likes the game, makes a video about the game, and the people who see the video also like the game. Because again, if they dislike the game and leave, you're gonna get fucking mauled by this new signal, which is the first play bounce rate. Now, yes, you could argue, oh, it's just because the game is bad. But remember, players aren't just fucking coins you trade, right? Each and every player has a taste. If they like the game, they're going to play and stay. If they don't really enjoy the genre or the style of the game, they're going to leave. It's not necessarily something to do with the game, but also with their taste, right? And again, you can't really force people to like a game or a genre they don't even like. Oh, but like if they don't even like shooters, why would they be playing Infectum, right? Why would they even try the game out? That is an argument that is actually very strong. But it also just, again, the person could see the game, like the visuals, go play, and then get frustrated because of the style system, because they can't really or don't really understand how the fighting works and everything. And yes, in that case, it is the game's fault, which I think is an issue in Infectum because of the lack of tutorials. But okay, bear with me. It is something to be considered, I believe. I'm not saying that, again, it's not all Roblox's fault. I'm not saying Infectum is perfect. I just really want to point out that there are cases where the game could be perfect and still get fucked over this. But, okay, back to what I was talking about. The video is probably 20 minutes long already. Half an hour! Really? It's 10:33 right now. I started this shit at like 10 a.m. Not p.m. Okay. So I think this is it, yeah. I think I explained it quite a bit. This video is pretty big, but it's also full of information, I believe. So, again, you're not really forced to watch the video or whatever. But, okay. Just one last thing I want to talk about. the fee of 100k Robux. I could pay it. I could. I could pay the fee of 100 Robux. 100,000 Robux. I could. But that would take away like probably 80-70% of all the Robux I have. And it's not Robux I gained last month. No. No. It's the Robux I've been saving since the fucking pandemic. It's all the Robux I've been saving since I started making games on the platform. So I would need to invest all of it into one game that could also fail because of whatever. So like even if I de-verify, even if I pay the fee and everything, the game could still die. The game could still fail. The game could still, or well, not get as much return as I wish it would. So it stops being an investment and starts being a. I keep forgetting the name of shit, but it starts being the complete opposite of investment. You waste money practically. I forgot how it's called, but all right. I think that I have already made the video long enough. If you liked it, whatever. Thanks. Sorry. I actually care that you liked the video, but if you don't, it's fine, right? So yeah, that was a whole lot of yapping again. So I'm sorry for that, but really just want to talk about this because I was really doubting whether I was actually right for not verifying my ID, but then I noticed, dude, it's just fucking rigged. It is, because if you have a small game, the game will not get recommended. But for the game to get more players and reach a bigger, broader audience, it needs to be recommended to Roblox Select. But to be recommended to Roblox Select, the game needs to be active. The game needs to have 500 highly engaged players. Finally, I nailed the name. So I'll end the video here before I mess it up again. Goodbye.